I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
What do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. I left himself. Where's my ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hail him high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at East.
So, talk to I and I about the Coral Garden massacre. Let us set a tone because I want to get into the work of the Rastafari Coral Garden Benevolent Society, the important victories that have been won. A lot of people don't know, or there are misconceptions about, what the negotiation with the government was like and what were the actual success story. Because I believe this is one of our great success stories. More work to be done, of course, but we want to, on this channel, to highlight the great work that is happening, because oftentimes, we get frustrated because we hear the mix-up, we see the back and forth, we see the artists, them kind of drifting into a whole different segment, but we don't hear about the frontline workers that are fighting for the creed, that are fulfilling the Rastafari creed, that the hungry fed, the naked clothed, the sick nourished, the aged protected, the infants cared for, and the ignorant educated. So I want the eye to just explain to our viewers globally what was Coral Garden and why is it called a massacre.
Okay, so in 1963 there was an incident, all right, that took place with all right, so let me say before 63, and I told you earlier that my father was a policeman, and we used to live in Flankers, that is a community very close to where the gas station was that was burned down. But my reason for going back there is that on the day when the incident occurred in 1963, I was on a bus coming from Kingston and heard about this, what happened. And the policeman who led the team in that time lived in the house that we had moved out of.
Okay.
Right, and my father was transferred to Trelawney. He was in charge of the Falmouth police station and the entire area of Trelawney. So what really happened is that an incident occurred as a result of a man taking his own you'd call it, you would say, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. But what happened to him is that around about 1961, they used to farm on plots of land close to the Rosal estate.
Yes.
And this man, Rudolph Franklin, was his name. Now, he and his brethren used to farm in that area. Okay. And the police would be called by the overseer of the Coral Garden of the Rose Hall estate, used to call the police, and the police visit usually always coincided when he's ready to reap his crops. So it's really a malicious type of thing,
Yes.
So the police would come and then they would chop down his crops and tell him that he's occupying he's a squatter and he should come off and all of that. And he used to insist that he's not a squatter. All right. Now, I'm telling you this now from a police report,
Yes.
right? Where what took place before the 1963 incident. A policeman wrote his report and he said that he was one of them who was called to assist the overseer to execute an eviction order.
Okay.
Right? So Carl Jarrett got the police to come, and he said that he went as a policeman. It is not his right to interfere. He was only there to make sure that violence would erupt. All right. So he said that he went to the farm. He and the overseer and another policeman. And when he went to the farm, he described all that he saw, in terms of what crops were there, and he pointed out that they did not find any ganja, not in any form, not growing, not stored or anything. And he said that he is a man from Portland, and he knows his father was a farmer, and he knew the amount of that effort that it took to really produce those crops that he went there and saw, and so he tried to talk to the overseer and said, okay, let Rudolph reap his crop, right? And he personally volunteered to go and talk to the Car Jarrett, and for him to allow the Franklin some time to reap his crop, and then so that the eviction order could be served. So he spoke with the policeman with him and the overseer, and he volunteered to do that. He said that he left, and he spoke before leaving. He spoke with Franklin and explained to him what they were planning to do, and said that they couldn't make any promises, but that is the plan that they had, right? And he said that after he left, and I'm going to use the specific word he used, unbeknownst to him. That means he was not aware of what took place after he left. But he understand that the policeman, the other policeman who was with him, returned to the property with the overseer. And whatever incident developed, the Franklin was shot 6 times in his stomach. All right. And when they afterwards they took him to the hospital, and the doctor sewed him up. But in those days, you don't have the sutures that would that you could leave in, because I remember in those days when you get stitches, you have to go back to the doctor to take them out.
Yes.
In this case, Rudolph's stomach was sewn up with plastic, right? And the doctor warned him that whenever the wound, the plastic started to rot, he would shortly die thereafter. That was the advice the doctor gave him. And right after that, the police took Rudolph, arrested him on trumped up charges of possession of ganja and resisting arrest and all the other things. And he was imprisoned. So while he was in prison now, they discovered, that his stomach started to rot. It started to smell, and so they released him from prison. And other persons who knew him talk about the fact that they would smell him when and when he's passing by on the roadside and all of that. Now, Rudolph used to always say, by another witness that we interviewed, that because this witness now says that Rudolph used to burn coal, and the witness's mother would sell the coal for Rudolph. So whenever Rudolph come and bring the coal for sale, he used to always say that they're not going to get away with it, you know. So he really planned to take his own revenge.
Okay.
So in 1963 now, they at the same time of what they call Holy Thursday, the day before what they call Good Friday, we call it Bad Friday because of what took place.
Yes.
The Thursday, Rudolph went with 4 or 5 of his accomplices, and they went and they burnt down the Coral Gardens gas station. Then they left there and they went close to an inn nearby, and they saw I think a man was chopped up there. The plan that Rudolph made, you know, is that you wonder why he chose that day, you know, and I'm still wondering why he chose that day. But he got homemade weapons. He used cow skin to wrap himself, and so that it was a kind of bulletproof protection. And he had like cat o' nine whips with the iron at the end. So when you make one flash of that whip, it sounds like several bullets going off, you know. And when they went now in search of Fowler, that overseer who always call the police, right? And he got killed. Then the police got wind of what was going on, and they put together a team of policemen, and they went in search of Rudolph in the bushes, aided by citizens. So they had private militia and all that type of thing. And now the police, the leader of the team, and as I told you, I know all these policemen.
Yes.
Most of them that are in the records, I knew them personally.
Wow.
You know? So this one, Fisher was the one who led the team.
Yes.
I told you that he used to live in the house that we moved out of.
Yes.
So when we heard about this thing as children, we were saying, wow, that is what our father escaped.
Wow.
You know, because that's how close, you know, our family, you know, went to that incident. However, my father used to always say that he would have handled it differently. Unfortunately, I never asked him how differently he would have handled it.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I can imagine, because if you listen to what happened, Fisher had the bullets, and he had them in his breast pocket, in his you know, the shirt that they wear, a kind of jacket, bush jacket type of thing.
Yes.
He was an inspector, and the policemen under his command were issued weapons, guns, but there were no bullets in them, right?
Wow.
So when they were in the bushes now, and they back up Rudolph and his accomplices, and they tried to fire, but there was no bullet. And at that point now is when the inspector tried to give the bullets to the policemen. By that time it was too late. Rudolph realized what was happening, and he attacked them. So that policeman was badly chopped up. The Fisher, the leader of the
Yes.
command, and others were chopped, and some ran away in the bushes, and then they ran away through the bushes, through the hills, all the way back to Montego Bay police station. And another police contingent went out in search, and some got killed. And eventually, by the end of the day, some of Rudolph's brethren got killed as well. Rudolph himself got killed. And by the end of the day of these skirmishes, 8 persons died, civilian, police, and Rudolph's accomplices. Now,
Wow.
Rudolph died. 2 one or two of his accomplices ran away in the bushes, and they were quickly rounded up by the following day, which would be now the Good Friday, Bad Friday.
Yes.
Now, the Prime Minister at the time, Bustamante, came to Montego Bay with all the heads of security, and the whole excitement went on in Montego Bay, and he ordered that they should bring in all bearded men, dead or alive. All right. And according to our survivors, he said that if the jail cannot hold them, then Bogue Hill will hold them, and Bogue at that time was the cemetery.
Wow.
So you can see that it was an order to kill, So the citizens were paid 1 guinea per head of every Rastaman that they could bring in. So that was financial reward for them. So every Rasta was rounded up following the incident. Now, so I told you about what happened before
Yes.
the incident, and that it was whether illegal action, justifiable or not, whatever it is, right? But it was a man attempting to take his own revenge.
But but Rudolph was not a Rastafari, was he? Because I hear
now
that.
The thing is that some persons say he was, and some say he was not. The thing is, in those days,
yes,
most Rastafari, I wouldn't say most, but there was a significant number of persons who claimed to be Rastafari who did not have dreadlocks.
Yes.
Right? And so the brethren who had dreadlocks say that Rudolph is not a Rastafari. All right.
Yes.
And he used to come into their camps and tell them about this revenge that he was planning, and they would tell him that no, Rasta not in that, and they would quote Bible parts of the Bible to him and discourage him from the plan that he had. All right. So they say that those Rasta brethren say that he wasn't a Rastafari. Others say that he was a Rastafari sympathizer. All right.
Okay.
And so who is to judge? His action, I suppose, would have judged, or. So the thing is that the entire Rastafari community, island-wide, was targeted for extinction, really.
Wow.
Every Rastafari camp in Jamaica was visited, raided. Whoever they found was carted off to the police station, and some were killed. And it was really a brute. Those were the atrocities that took place as a result of the incident. So the one-day incident led to months of persecution of the Rastafari community all over the island. Persons who didn't even know Rudolph or even know where Coral Gardens was or is were persecuted and imprisoned and beaten, and badly beaten too.
Yes.
So, and by citizens, the citizens cast rope on them and draw them in, and
wow.
Because the stigma has gone on to this day, where the brethren the survivors still live with that trauma, and the community is still stigmatized in that kind of way,
No, it's serious.
So that's those are the atrocities that took place. Yeah.
So talk to us, and we have to, send condolences to the ancestors who stood up in those times. And we're talking about 1963, that's correct?
1963, the incident occurred. Around about 1961, the background to the incident occurred, that where Rudolph was shot, and he swore to take revenge. Then, subsequent to 1963, it is months, if not years, of persecution. And right after that, is when they started to ramp up the charges for ganja. And
Yes.
ganja became, it's moved from a simple offense to one that was punishable. Mandatory sentences were the law was passed that mandatory sentences would be given for those who were found in possession of ganja. Now remember now though that the policeman's own account of what took place is that they didn't find any ganja at Rudolph's place.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just
It was a cover up to
Yeah.
persecute a community that they wanted
Yes.
to clean up.
Iron Vice. Yeah. Rastafari. Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about Empress Mene. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, but to the coming while we stand tall, I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see the city streets them flood, but when the hurricane blow down their wall, I'll be by your side and me nah budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, to the coming while we stand tall, I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see their city streets them flood,